What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today I'm sharing the Orly 1970s collection for spring 2025, which is actually in celebration of their 50-year anniversary. And they actually have a lot of really exciting details and goodies because of that celebration, but I'll get to that in a minute. First, if you haven't heard of Orly before, they are a mainstream nail polish brand and all of their polishes are vegan, meaning they do not use any animal-derived ingredients. They're cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their products on animals, and they're also listed as being formulated without harmful ingredients. So the collection has 6 new nail polishes. They're all very 70s inspired colors, and we have a lot of interesting formulas here. We have a few creams, we have a shimmer, we have one crelly formula that has little speckles in it, which I love that type of formula, and then we also have a full coverage glitter. And as a fun bonus, they are selling this little limited edition box set which has the original Orly logo from the 70s on it, but I'll talk about that more at the end of the video. First, let me show you the swatches, then we can get into the pricing, availability, all that good stuff. So roll the swatches. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today it's the Orly Bonder base coat. And we'll start off with the one that I was the most excited about. This is Bohemian Child, and this one's described as being a white crelly that has little black speckles running throughout. And looking at it closely, I feel like I can see just the tiniest hint of green in it, but what excited me the most about this one is that it just feels so much like an indie polish to me. I've never seen a mainstream brand do something like this, and I just think it's so fun. And it ended up actually giving me really incredible coverage in 2 coats. You could still see all the little speckles throughout, but it had really nice coverage and covered up that visible nail line. But I did want to see how it looked in 3 coats as well, so I did apply a third, and I think that also looked nice. There was definitely a little bit more depth of the speckles, but I would probably wear this one as a 2 coat. Next up we have the shade Bell Bottom Blues, and this one is a pastel sky blue base color, and it actually has this really beautiful faint green shimmer running throughout. In the first coat you can't really see it, but in the second coat it has this really beautiful subtle shimmer, and when the light hits it you can see it so nicely. It honestly feels like a cream finish, but it just applies so smoothly and then you get that extra sparkle in there. So another shade I totally loved, and I think this is going to be a great any time of year color because I feel like it works for every season. Then we have Hunky Dory, and this one I want to call a goldenrod color because it definitely sits somewhere between being an orange and a yellow, and this is a really beautiful cream shade, and I have to say I was really impressed with the opacity. This type of color on me tends to be a 3-coater just because for whatever reason yellow nail polish is always the least opaque, so I was impressed that I was able to get full coverage in 2 coats. Again, I was curious to try it in 3 just to see what it looked like, but I do think it ended up giving me the same amount of coverage. So on my nail length, again, I would wear this one in 2 coats, and I really love this color. It's super bright. It feels very springy to me. I don't love when we lean towards the all pastel, pale, flowery shades, so I love seeing something super bright and fun this time of year. Next up we have the shade Night Fever, and this one is a super vibrant orange cream, and you can see pretty immediately the coverage is really nice. It actually covered up my visible nail line in that first coat, but I ended up needing a second just to get that full coverage manicure, and this was another really beautiful vibrant shade. It feels like an almost neon. It's super fun and bright, and again I love seeing this type of color this time of year. It's just so much more inspiring to me. Moving on, we have the shade Shaggin Wagon, and this one is a beige cream shade, and oh my goodness, this was love at first swipe because as soon as I started applying it, not only was the formula incredible, but I felt like this matched my skin tone so perfectly. I would say I think this one leans a little bit more neutral and I'm more yellow undertoned, but it still managed to be really flattering on my skin tone, and I thought it just looked stunning. It's going to be a perfect base for nail art, but it's also going to be a really nice palette cleanser manicure. And last but definitely not least, we have the shade Acid Trip, and this one is a gold and orange glitter. So I thought when I saw it in the bottle that this was going to be a topper, but just out of curiosity I wanted to try it on its own first, and I am very excited to report that this is full coverage and you don't even have to sponge this one on. I started off with 2 coats, and honestly honestly, that in itself gave me pretty nice coverage. It was very even, but I did end up applying a third coat because I wanted to see how full coverage it could get. And in 3 coats, it looks so intense and sparkly on the nails. It fully covered up that visible nail line, looked absolutely gorgeous. And I love this color combo. It's so bright, it's so fun. So I was really excited about that because it is so nice when a full coverage glitter is actually full coverage without having to do 4 or 5 coats or even sponging it on. But just out of curiosity, I did want to try it as a topper as well. So I tried it over Night Fever and I think it looked good, but this one honestly might even be a little bit too much coverage to be a topper. So maybe I would use it for gradients, but I think I'm gonna wear it on its own. So here are the shades together and I really love this color scheme. I think it's so funky and I think it really does have that classic feel of springtime while also bringing in colors that are more than just the usual dusty blues and greens and purples that we see this time of year that I always think of as like Easter shades. But this to me still feels like springtime, but more of the brighter, exciting colors that we see this time of year. You know, we still have that beautiful sky blue color, but then we have these really vibrant kind of floral colors, and I think that's really fun. The formulas were honestly incredible. I really enjoyed the creams as usual. They were super opaque, but I have to say the specialty formulas were also very impressive. Specifically, Bohemian Child, I thought that was such a cool idea with the speckles, and I love seeing a mainstream brand take that on, and I really hope that they do more stuff like that because it's so fun. And then again, Acid Trip, absolutely incredible. I loved the coverage on that. So yeah, let's talk about it a little bit more. So those are the polishes, and I have to say I absolutely love them if you couldn't already tell. I love the colors, I love the formula, I love the opacity. I think the theme is just so much fun. This is so random, but I feel like I've been very into this 70s sort of vibe lately. I actually recently went to a decades themed party where each couple had to dress up as a decade, and Ryan and I picked the 70s, which is why I have this outfit. And also, fun random fact, my February bullet journal theme is the exact same color scheme as these polishes, so I am very in sync with this collection right now. But aside from that, just in general, I think the colors are amazing. I love the springy sort of vibe while it's still very vibrant and interesting instead of being that sort of softer, dustier color scheme, but we still get these really exciting formulas as well. That speckled formula is so fun. It feels like an indie style shade to me, and I was really impressed with the coverage of that glitter as well. So yeah, now let's get into pricing and availability. All these polishes are available individually in the regular Orly bottles with the regular logo. And like I said, they're also selling the limited edition box, which has the 70s logo, which is the one that I have in my swatch and review. And it does come in this fun little box. I don't even know how to describe this because it's kind of like a little gold hollow animation. So when you pull the box out, it looks like the flowers are wiggling. And with the limited edition box set, which like I said, has the fun logos on them, you also get a little set of nail art charms. So it's these little silver hollow smiley faces, very 70s vibes. But yeah, the individual bottles retail for $10.50 USD each for the 18 milliliter bottles. You can also buy the nail art charms separately on the Orly website, and those retail for $10 USD. And if you want to get the limited edition 70s box set, that retails for $72 on the Orly website. And like I said, that one is limited edition. But yeah, I'm so curious to hear what you think of this collection. What do you feel about the colors? What do you think of them doing this throwback logo? I thought that was such a cute idea and such a special little touch. And let me know, are you planning on picking any of these up or have you already? Leave it all in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. I love you all, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. I thought this was a funny would you rather considering the time period of this collection. The would you rather is, would you rather be able to talk to ghosts or travel through time? Honestly, I feel like this one's a relatively easy one for me, and I might have mentioned this before, but I feel like a lot of people are always like, oh, I was born in the wrong century or I was born in the wrong decade because people love other decades so much. I personally, I don't think I could live in any previous time before now because I rely so much on modern comforts that I don't know how easily I would function without them. Like even just thinking about things like my contact lenses and my medication and my internet and my hair straightener, like I can't even fathom. I guess there could also be an option of me traveling into the future, but then I would probably spend too much time in the future because I'm sure there are things in the future that are going to make life even easier, and then I'm going to be like too into that and I'm never going to want to come back. But it would be kind of cool to talk to ghosts because then I could just, you know, chat with them. I don't know, would they be bad? I don't know if they would be evil, but if they were just around, you guys know I used to have very funky dreams. I actually don't anymore since living here, which is interesting. But a lot of you told me that I might have a little connection with ghosts, and maybe I just lived in a couple places that were haunted, so maybe I already talked to ghosts. I'm not really sure. But anyway, yeah, let me know what your answer would be in the comments, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!